Hey there all, glad you tuned in to yet another Battles video, where today I'll simply be playing some random trio club arenas on Yellow Stadium. As for why Yellow Stadium and not a higher risk arena, well, two reasons. One is I don't really care what arena I'm playing on. To me the badges and weekly leaderboard are useless in determining how good you actually are, so I'm basically just jumping around from arena to arena, and play whatever looks appealing to me at the time. And two, owning noobs is fun. Not that it necessarily means you're more likely to play worse opponents in lesser reward arenas, because I've certainly run into really good players in Lead Dungeon for example, but from my experience that is sort of the case since shitty players won't be able to play in expensive arenas if they lose all their medallions trying to get to that point. So yeah, sit back and enjoy the gameplay. Unlike most other Battles videos, I won't really go too much in depth about what's going on in the game. Rather, I'd like to use this video to talk about things I'm sure you guys would like listening to. So the first thing is the flashback video segment, where the purpose is I link a random video and get 10 extra cents from all the people who click on it. Just kidding, the main reason is just to fill in space for when the commentary goes dull, and to give you an awesome second video to watch if you haven't seen it already, or watched it a long time ago but forgot what it was about. Anyways, just to make sure you guys don't think my purpose of doing this is to get more money, today's flashback video will be from the Bloons King of the Hill channel. Click the annotation to go there right now if you're on a desktop, or find it in the description if you're on mobile. Because of the recent influx of new subscribers to this channel, I'm sure a lot of people didn't know that I used to compete in a Bloons TD Battles tournament 1.5 to 2.5 years back called King of the Hill. This specific video was a best of 7 between me and Anacondas, who is also known as Tyler. Speaking of Tyler, he's alive again. If you thought he died because you read the newspaper article about it, then the joke's on you. It was just a prank, bro. So yeah, at the time I was the king, aka rank 1, and Tyler was rank 3 or so I believe. Essentially the winner of the series ends up with the king spot, so there is a lot at stake. And mind you, but this was probably the most intense and exciting set of games I have played in the history of Battles, and unless I rejoin competitive, there isn't anything that will top that anytime soon. More on that in a second. If you haven't already, watch the over 1 hour video in its entirety because it's definitely worth it. Not to mention it was commentated by probably the best commentator at the time, Ryan Zhu. Unfortunately he is no longer with us due to this thing called life, which is a shame because who knows where King of the Hill could have possibly been at now if he didn't have to leave. Going back to what I was saying earlier, it might be a surprise to some of you that I was in fact one of the best Battles players before, but lack of interest in competitive as well as time commitment subsequently led to my downfall and leaving the scene for good. I mean, I guess I could say I'm still pretty decent to good at the game at the moment, but put me into a series with a high-ranking Flash or mobile player and I'll definitely get smashed. Well, it was definitely a long flashback segment, and that doesn't leave much time for the next thing to talk about, so I'll make it quick. Based on all the comments I received, I have come to the conclusion that you guys like it when I read dumb comments, so the natural response to that is to read more. I won't make a separate video for that, however. I feel it would be a little redundant as I already covered most things in the first video. So perhaps if you guys like I can create an official segment for this that will appear on future videos. Again, these comments will still come from the same video, beating Camo Reds, because that's where I get 99% of dumb comments from. Let's start with today's special being people who can't detect sarcasm. Dude, I don't even know what to say. The ninja monkey will always destroy any camp Bloons no matter how you upgrade it. The ninja is actually less effective against anything on tier 0. And there is no point in regrow on the weakest Bloon. It's just a waste of money. And you missed quite a few towers, and they don't need to have red on them to be effective against reds. What's the point of the regrow part? Reds can't regrow, they are the weakest bloon. Dude. The regrow doesn't work on reds. As a bonus, I'll throw in a comment of the week, to one which I found quite amusing. And here we see the wild 12-year-old in its natural habitat. He seems to think he is smart by correcting a joke. Let's see how this plays out. That's it for today's reading comment segment, and that will also mark the end of this commentary. So as a closing note, I hope you enjoyed, and drop a like if so. See you all in the next video.